everyone, hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel, PEACE, and Happy New Year. So a lot of you already know I'm in Rwanda, Kigali, and the view over here tells it all. And today I'm just going to start, sharing with you stories of young people building peace in Africa. And as you already know, I'm in Rwanda, and I'll be sharing with you stories of young people doing the same. And I'm really excited. So today, help me introduce one of the most, I think, amazing young people I've come to meet, have come to interact with all the time. And I'm really excited to hear from him and also just to learn what he's up to and what he's been doing. And his story about, building peace as a young person up to where he is today. So, welcome, Sana. Derrick, please introduce yourself to our audience.
Derrick Alter. I'm a Rwandan young person. I'm a graduate from Makerere University, where I did gender studies and criminology. But beyond that, I'm a founder of a Wikimedia user group, a team of young people in content, mainly on Wikipedia, and we are writing about Africa, Rwanda in particular.
Really?
Yes, that's
okay.
it.
So what is like the content that you write for the Wikipedian?
Yes, so most of the content we write are people's biographies, but prominent Africans, and that's the main emphasis.
Yeah.
But then it also goes beyond the geographical demarcations, different topics about Africa.
Okay, awesome. I also love the fact that you mentioned that you're a peace builder and a gender activist. Maybe if I would love to just ask, what is your perception about the African context, about gender issues cropping up, perspective about gender?
Yes. Well, when it comes to Africa, I believe, I think this should have been the conclusion, but I think I would like to begin with it.
Yeah.
I think we still have a long way to go.
Right.
Because when it comes to mainstreaming gender in all aspects of life, yes, a lot has been achieved. And with that being said, we are seeing women being given not only seats in the decision-making positions, but also making decisions.
Right.
I think it's an achievement, but then it has to go beyond that. If they're in those positions, can they really make decisions and then they're implemented?
Right.
If these decisions made by those women are being implemented, can they really help women in villages? Does a woman who is seated in a parliament in a city, is her decision able to change the life of a woman who is in the village?
Right.
So I think that there is still a long way to connect these. But a lot has been achieved, but then a lot
still has to be achieved. But then in the context of Rwanda, what is your take about gender mainstream? Are women taking up spaces and that their voices being heard? And I would ask the same for the young people. Are young people taking up spaces and their voices being heard?
Yes, I think when it comes to Rwanda, the statistics can tell it all. Yes, we have so many women in top decision-making positions. We have women in sports. We have women in all various aspects of life. Being given a seat, not only a seat but also a voice.
Yeah.
Can you air out something? Because we've gone from that, I would say, believe that making decisions, also formulating policies that are affecting people's lives positively.
Yeah.
So I think when it comes to that, and we've seen young people doing that.
Doing the same, yeah?
Yes, doing the same. Though when it comes to young people, still a lot has to be done. Yeah.
And especially now that you're in Rwanda, what does peace mean to you?
Wow. When it comes to peace, I believe every person in the world can have their own perception.
It's true.
But when to me, when a person mentions peace, what comes to me is harmony.
Right.
Can I walk and no one is beating me up? Can I talk and no one is shutting my mouth up? So I think it's more of a condition that a person lives in. Can I have a goal and go and chase it and achieve it without anyone what I should and what shouldn't do? So to me, peace is a combination of all these things. Yeah, and I think it cuts across all sectors of life, the political arena, the economy, and then if I want to worship, can I worship? If I want to participate in electoral processes, can I do that?
Yeah.
Is there a level ground for everyone?
Yeah.
If I want to start up a business and sell and buy some goods, am I able to do that?
Yeah.
So I believe if any of these aspects is tampered with by one factor, also many factors,
Yeah.
then I believe peace is not being experienced.
So, Derrick, I think I love the fact that you are a Wikipedian. You call yourself a Wikipedian,
Yep.
but also a peace builder. So, I wanted just to take the conversation further and get deep into how was your upbringing like? You know, Rwanda has got a very rich history to tell the world. In the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi, and also for the world to learn about peace and conflict reconstruction. So growing up during that time, what is your perception? What are your key takeaway points, and what the world should learn from Rwanda?
Yes. Thank you so much. As you said, I was born after genocide, a few years after the genocide, but even if a person was born yesterday, as long as they start knowing things, as they start understanding things, they'll see that it's one of the hectic things that happen to the world. And it also now puts one in a position where they value peace, where they value, if I have an issue with a person, can I solve it before we start fighting?
Right.
So I believe our history has affected me in a positive way.
Right.
Now I know what it means when people are not having peace. I know what it means for someone to pay whatever it needs, or whatever that is needed to be paid for peace to be experienced by everyone. Because we've seen it, so millions of people dying, young, those who had dreams, those like every kind of a human being. So I believe that growing up in this community, history has taught us to value peace. To do whatever it takes on an individual level to make sure that peace can be experienced by not only the young, but the women, the people with disabilities, each and every kind of a human being.
Right.
Yeah.
They say peace is very expensive.
Yeah.
What's your take on that? Is it expensive?
Wow, I believe it's expensive, but then the price to achieve peace is worth it.
It is, right? Yeah, and you know, it's also very interesting sometimes to just look at what the Africa we have today. If it were not for the contribution of or efforts of young people in their small way contributing towards what we have now in Rwanda, in Kenya, in East Africa, in Africa, it would have not have been what it is now. As a young person, Derrick, what has been your contribution to ensure that, you know, Africa or Rwanda specifically, it's in the state that it is now, and people are enjoying peace, there's the freedom and all that we could, you know, eat and swallow as the fruits of your efforts as a young person?
Wow, I think that's a hard one because there is nothing like a measuring scale at which I can say I've contributed 10, 5%, but I think it all starts with an individual. If I'm living peacefully with my friends, the people I have differences with, the people I have different backgrounds with, I think that's the first contribution I can ever give to my country and Africa as well, because I believe all conflicts we are having, they all arose from people's differences. You like that, I don't like it, and then we start from there. I believe all these issues we are having all over the world started from individuals. So I do it with my fellow young people. If you have an issue, can we solve it? If these people are having issues, can I be a mediator? So I think that's the role I'm playing as a young person, and then being a Wikipedian also goes back to writing, because I believe if you don't know where you're coming from, it's very hard to deal with the present and also predict what may happen in the future. So it's from gathering content, information from various sources of information and putting it there so that a person can read. Can I be a person who was born after the genocide, but read and understand why it happened and the effects it's having? So it's from there that people get knowledge.
It's true.
Knowledge, and then you know what you're fighting for. Because if a person who was born in peace, a country that never had a war,
Yeah.
I think it's very easy for them to joke around, for them to take it for granted. Yes, so I believe my contribution as a young person is living the life I would want my other fellow young people to live.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, that is very interesting to hear you, because it resonates with what I also believe peace is, because I look mostly at my inner self, and if I'm not at peace with myself, I wouldn't be at peace with my neighbor, with my siblings, with my parents, with my friends. So it has a lot to do with my individualistic kind of approach to a lot of other things that I do. A lot of times we hear that young people are leading peace and they're contributing towards to sustaining peace in Rwanda, because I know that there are also young people who played a very critical role in ensuring that Rwanda came up from that historical moment to where it is today.
Yes.
What is your take on the contributions and how they appreciated, and the documentation on these efforts? Do you think they're appreciated enough? Do you think they're recognized enough? And what would be your advice to the people actually doing this?
Wow, I think you having talked about the young people playing a critical role.
Right.
I think even the current leaders we have, all the people who played a bigger role for us to have whatever we have today, by then they were teenagers. Some of them were 11, some of them were 18, 19. So I believe by then they were young people, now they are aging, but they have us. So I believe they are recognized, and it also it leaves an exercise or an assignment to young people. They did whatever they were supposed to do in their time as young people now who are energetic, people who have I would say who are living out of the efforts of these people. Are we really living the way we are supposed to live? If I'm living in a peaceful country, can I take advantage of that? So now it goes back to young people. They did whatever they did. You can walk whenever you want. Like, there is peace. So let's go beyond celebrating and then start utilizing this chance. And then to the question of if young people are recognized, I think to some extent the young people are playing a vital role now. They're not appreciated the way they're supposed to be appreciated, because I think there is, I would call it, I don't know if it's a conflict of interest, but then an old person has done that, a young person has done this. Can we appreciate these people without saying, actually, he's still young?
Yeah, he's still young. You still have a lot of time.
Yeah.
And that brings me to the question of, it's called co-leadership, co-learning. People, the young and the old coming together to put their heads together and co-create, to make decisions together while listening to the young, but also the young listening to the old, and learning from the best, picking up the best practices that the old people used to ensure that there was peace those times. Do you think it is necessary that we should co-learn, co-create? And now that we're also talking about intergenerational side of to ensure that is not there.
Wow, I think I will emphasize much on co-working together, because we are having the same goals, having peace, development, living in harmony, and this affects each and everyone. I believe if there is war doesn't, the guns have no idea if a person is young, if they have bigger dreams, if they are old. A bullet has no idea, and it shouldn't have an idea. So if it comes, it destroys each and everyone. So that means our goals are the same. So we are supposed to be working together, because there is power in unity. We've seen not only on the global level, but even in communities, where if a person started something small, the other members within the community help the person, and you see so many bigger things coming. I believe we wouldn't be having whatever we have today if it was not the joined efforts. So I believe the best way to achieve this is working together. And I also recommend my fellow young people, sometimes it's very easy to believe that I know it all, that I can handle it all, but still there is a long way to go. I still have a lot to learn. So how about working together with people who have been into the the experiences, who have lived these things I would want to live in 5 years.
Yeah.
For them, they know it. They know if you do this, what comes as a result.
Yeah.
So I believe if we young people choose to learn from old people, we can achieve more. But if we keep feeling like we have it all, we can do it all, still we are going to have issues.
Yeah.
We are going to have issues, and I think it's always good to learn from some other people's experiences.
There before.
Yes, than learning from experiences, because we may die in the process. So I believe we should work together. Yeah.
Thank you so much again for heeding to my request and coming to share your story. I'm sure the viewers will love it, and I'm expecting guys to just share this particular content to reach out to more young people so that they could learn from Derrick. Derrick is an amazing young man, and if we could have more Derricks, if each country could have at least 2 Derricks, then the world would be a better place. So I was coming live. I was sharing this from Kigali. It's called the car-free zone, right? Yeah. So it's an amazing place. People are just walking without seeing cars or the motorcycles. It's an amazing place. So guys, thank you again for watching this, and see you soon. And sure you subscribe. They should subscribe. So
they should subscribe.
Kindly subscribe
and visit Rwanda as well.
And visit Rwanda as well. The country
over 1,000
hills.
And beautiful people.
So guys, thank you once again for watching this particular video. I am really excited about the learning journey that we've just witnessed. So
no matter whatever you do, no matter whatever you're planning, if you have COVID, if you get any unhealthy condition, it won't be achieved. Stay safe. COVID is real.
Remember, COVID is real. So yay.